Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, Kurdish forces are taking control of ISIS-held villages in Iraq today near Sinjar. We'll show you the latest.
The Rockbridge Area Occupational Center has no more room for clients. We'll show you what they're trying to do to fix it.
An experience to learn what llamas are like and to be up close and personal with an animal that's twice as big as you are.
And later, how one Lexington bed and breakfast is using llamas to stand out from its competition.
All of that and your weekend forecast next on the Rockbridge Report.
Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University with news for Rockbridge County, this is the Rockbridge Report.
Welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Reed Gady.
And I'm Kinsey Grant. Kurdish forces claim to have taken control of several villages near the ISIS-controlled town of Sinjar, as well as a stretch of the main highway between Mosul and Raqqa. Sinjar is the small but strategically important town that lies just across the border from Syria. It is home to thousands of people from the Yazidi religious minority, which has been mercilessly targeted by ISIS. Kurdish officials say 7,500 Peshmerga fighters are involved in trying to retake the town. They are being backed by coalition air support.
Republican candidates are crisscrossing the country in the days since their most recent debate. That latest debate had the candidates clashing, but not with the moderators this time, with each other. Donald Trump made a splash by talking about illegal immigrants, and now he's again raising eyebrows with comments about how he plans to deport those here illegally. Jeff Zeleny has more.
Donald Trump set off on a victory lap today in New Hampshire. Never mind, a victory was hardly in hand.
We started off with 17, and one by one, they're disappearing. Disappearing. It's a beautiful thing to watch as they go out.
His Republican rivals did go out to the campaign trail, fanning across the country on the day after the fourth Republican debate. Ben Carson arrived in Virginia, rallying young evangelicals at Liberty University.
In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path.
Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, and Chris Christie turned up in Iowa, doing whatever it takes, even pouring coffee, to win over Republicans. Bush picked up a Veterans Day endorsement from former Senator Bob Dole. He said Republicans need to win the White House.
We need to start thinking about who's the person that can beat Hillary Clinton, rather than trying to get into small differences between each campaign.
Hundreds of people came to see Trump today, but some voters like Ellen Kolb simply wanted to see the show. She's looking for another candidate.
But if you told me right now you have to pick, I wouldn't be able to. This is still wide open.
President Obama headed to Arlington National Cemetery Wednesday, where he thanked America's veterans for their service and addressed some of their unique challenges. Mary Maloney has this report.
There are more than 19 million living U.S. veterans, and today's the day Americans give thanks to each and every one of them. At Arlington National Cemetery this morning, President Obama laid the traditional wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Present! Oath!
Then delivered remarks thanking vets.
Whether you served proudly in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard, you are part of an unbroken chain of patriots who have served this country with honor through the life of our nation.
And highlighting the administration's efforts to better help those veterans.
In recent years, we've made historic investments to boost the VA budget, expand benefits, offer more mental health care and improved care for our wounded warriors, especially those with post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury.
But the president admitted there are still challenges following the 2014 scandal involving extended wait times and lack of access to health care at Veterans Affairs facilities across the country.
My message to every single veteran, to veterans all across this country, is that I am still not satisfied.
VA Secretary Robert McDonald today agreed.
I would say that we're making progress at the VA, but we're not where we need to be yet.
Veteran unemployment is one area that's improved, according to the White House. And Obama ended his remarks by encouraging Americans to hire veterans, saying,
"Our tributes today will also ring hollow if we don't provide our veterans with the jobs and opportunities that you need when you come home."
I'm Mary Maloney, reporting.
The recent death of a VMI alumnus and local businessman leaves the future of his store up in the air. Jim Berger was shot down over North Vietnam in 1966 and was a prisoner of war for 6 years and 8 months in Hanoi, alongside John McCain. He came back to Lexington and bought Lexington Building Supply and Mill in 1984. The business continues to operate, but the Berger family says it could be for sale. Katie reports.
James Berger and his wife Carol Berger bought Lexington Building Supply and Mill from Robert Higgins and traded into the Picker's Paradise many in the area know it as today.
It was a perfect fit for him. This store is not conducive to what you would normally call a typical hardware store. This is very old-fashioned. It's on 3 levels.
Scott Berger, one of the 2 Berger sons, has been working in the store for over 20 years, but on a permanent basis since 2008. After the local Lowe's opened in 2011 and competition increased, Lexington Building Supply saw a hit in sales and increase in competition. As a result, Berger had to make some changes in his building.
We're strictly hardware, so I would say most people, if you describe my store now as I'm a supersized hardware store, because I do actually sell lumber. I do have interior grade lumber, specialty lumbers, and that's in moldings, and that's not something you'd find at a hardware store.
After his father's passing on October 9th, Scott Berger, his mother Carol, and brother Bill have discussed the future of their family business. Scott says volunteers have helped him organize the store, which he plans to keep operating. In fact, he is trying to increase sales. However, plans are not set in stone.
The business is theoretically for sale, but I doubt anybody would buy it for the business. It is a fairly valuable piece of property. And for my mom's sake, I agreed. This was their business, it wasn't mine. If we have a serious offer on this business, one that, let's just say it's hard to refuse, then certainly I have no problem selling it.
Washington and Lee expressed interest in the property in the past. The rusty, corrugated aluminum landmark stands across the university's performing arts, music, and art buildings. Steve McAllister, treasurer at W&L, said if a proposal to buy the property was made by the Berger family, they would listen and evaluate the situation carefully. The Board of Trustees would ultimately decide on the acquisition. He did not want to speculate on whether this property would be viewed as a piece of real estate the university would want to own. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Katie Wilds.
After the break,
Lexington is having an absolutely charming day out here today, but we are under wind advisory from now till Saturday at 6 a.m. I'll tell you more in a little bit. Stay tuned.
We'll show you why VMI, Lexington, and now possibly Buena Vista are working toward building the Chessie Trail.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
He's on his way. He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay. Laura. Okay, try to call him again. There's no signal. Try. Nothing's working. Well, just everything's down. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
Rockbridge County may have found a tourism attraction that had been hiding right under its nose. Mac Trammell looks into efforts to make it more accessible.
Everybody in Rockbridge County is clamoring to get a piece of what officials believe to be a local gem. The Chessie Trail is a 7.2-mile rail bed of what used to be a Chesapeake and Ohio train line from Lexington to Buena Vista. It will become a destination trail, said Buena Vista City Manager Jay Scudder, meaning that hikers will travel to Rockbridge County just to experience the trail. Sam Krickenberger, Director of Community Development for the county, explains the trail's value.
We look at the Chessie Trail as a major draw for both tourism and recreation for county, city citizens, students alike. It's just a really cool resource to have, and it connects the two cities and goes through the county.
The entire trail is owned by Virginia Military Institute, and VMI Planning Officer Dallas Clark said that the school does not plan to let the trail go to waste.
Everybody seems committed with the financial resources to provide input and comment and review and everything else along the way. So I don't know that there needs to be like some dramatic major overhaul or improvement. I feel like it works pretty well, frankly.
No major overhaul is necessary, but tweaks need to be made to make the trail more connected. The City of Lexington and VMI both have state grants for trail improvements. Buena Vista just applied for one. Cattle gates along the trail make passage difficult, especially for bike riders. Members of the Chessie Nature Trail Advisory Committee have proposed 2 gate options that will allow trailgoers to travel more easily along the trail, while also accommodating farmers who need fencing to keep their cattle from getting loose. In addition, committee members want to build a swinging bridge over the South River. The remnants of an old bridge that washed away in a flood still stand. Buena Vista City Manager Jay Scudder says people want a connected trail experience.
It's not a horrible barrier, but you want is that connectivity where you stay on the trail for the whole time, and that makes it a better trail experience.
The improvements to the Chessie Trail will be the backbone of a larger project known as Brushy Blue. The point? To connect the Chessie Trail to the Appalachian Trail. Doing so would enhance the trail's allure to traveling hikers.
We look at what all other communities are doing to improve themselves and be more attractive, and outdoor recreation is at the top of everybody's list that wants to live or visit a community.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Mac Trammell.
So we had some rain earlier this week, Athena. Can we expect some nice weather for the MockCon Gala this weekend?
Actually, yes, we have some very nice and clear weather upcoming this weekend. But I do want to remind yourselves that if you do go to the gala, please grab a jacket because it will get really windy this weekend. I'll tell you more in a little bit. Let's take a look at the current conditions outside right now. With a warm day like today, you can't really feel winter coming. But actually today the high temperature is at 75 degrees, and that is actually the new record high since 2010. And our low temperature is actually at 24 degrees, humidity at 47%. Zooming out to the region, we can see that most part of the region is under clouds, and Covington is really cold at 59 degrees, and up in Charlottesville it's sunny, but still the temperature is pretty low at 67 degrees. Down in Roanoke here, we have some 70-degree weather, but Roanoke has some really strong wind right now, gusting up to 37 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at the radar. Actually, on our satellite, we can see that some more intense clouds are moving away from our region, leaving us a really clear weather this afternoon. And now moving on to our 5-day forecast. We'll see that Friday we have really sunny weather, high at 58 and low at 32. But we do have really strong wind on Friday. We'll have wind blowing west at 14 to 17 miles per hour, gusting up to 32 miles per hour. But Saturday, as the wind comes down, we'll see that the temperature will climb up from 51 degree to 60 degree, and Monday and Tuesday will be really nice. Tuesday we'll actually have a little bit of clouds hovering above our area, but the temperature will be nice at 59 and low at 44. That's it for weather. Back to you, Kenzie and Reed.
I'll take sunny and windy over cloudy and rainy any weekend. Thanks, Athena. Coming up, a new credit union opened for business in Lexington. Today is opening day.
And Lynchburg boutique store Gladiola Girls opened a shop in downtown Lexington. We'll show you what they have to offer.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.org.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks. School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
The shops on Lexington's Main Street have gained a new neighbor. Gladiola Girls, Main Street's newest boutique shop, faces several boutique competitors. Anna Akins paid a visit.
I just want everyone to be glad, no matter, why they had to walk in the store.
Gladiola Girls joined the area on September 28th, coming over from its second location in Lynchburg. Wood chose Lexington for her second store location because she enjoys the college environment and quaint feel of the area. Gladiola Girls offers contemporary spin-offs of runway apparel for women of all ages.
Our goal is really to create a multi-generational experience at Gladiola where young women, and we've had customers in their 90s, come in and find something.
Gladiola Girls originally opened in 2002 in Boone, North Carolina. Wood purchased the store in 2011 and moved it to Lynchburg in 2012. The store got its name after the original owner in North Carolina fell ill and couldn't open the store. A few of her friends responded by pulling everything together to open it in her absence.
And they put together the store while she was hospitalized, and they called themselves the Gladiola Girls, and she was so appreciative that she just kept the name.
Gladiola Girls joined several other boutique stores in the area, like Pumpkin Seeds, Papagallo's, and The Ladies Habit. Wood hopes that her store will complement the other boutiques in the area, not take away from them.
I want to work with the people that are here. I don't want to work against them.
Customers and employees appreciate Gladiola Girls' wide selection of apparel.
I can always find something that it's sort of my style, but it's not too expensive.
I'm familiar with a lot of the lines of clothes she carries and really like the things she carries and kind of the attitude of it.
We just believe that women, all different types of women, shapes, sizes, colors, styles, all have something to add and be glad about.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Anna Akins.
DuPont Community Credit Union opened the doors of its new Lexington Member Center today. The branch is located on Route 11 just north of I-64. The credit union was started by plant workers with the intent of saving employees money and opened its first physical location in 1985 in Waynesboro. Today, the company is a full-service financial cooperative offering checking, savings, and loans.
The Rockbridge Area Occupational Center in Buena Vista helps disabled adults with job skills, but the facility is facing a catch-22 that has created its lowest employment record to date. Emma Deal has the story.
Univista's Rockbridge Area Occupational Center, or RAOC, is having trouble expanding its workforce. The nonprofit organization provides employment opportunities for adults with disabilities, but recent legal and economic factors have altered its operations. 3 years ago, the state of Virginia handed down an order that all sheltered workshops, like RAOC, had to integrate their work environments. That meant that all community rehabilitation facilities would have to start employing both disabled and non-disabled people.
Our challenge is, in order to move to an integrated environment, we need to have the subcontract work that will support not only the folks that we currently have, but, if you will, hiring new people to come in, and that we can then build a fully integrated workforce.
Director Funkhauser said the state will not refer more workers to the center until it is more integrated. But the center cannot hire any new workers until it acquires more vendor agreements. The economic downturn in 2008 and advances in manufacturing took away a lot of the work RAOC employees do by hand.
We don't have work for them, so there's no one here. Today is one of the days that the folks are already gone, as the work didn't carry us through to the end of the day.
Sharon Massey has a 23-year-old son named Nat, who has had a brain injury since birth. She has considered enrolling him in RAOC's program, but he is currently working with a job coach appointed to him by the State Department of Aging and Rehabilitation to find work. Public schools provide education for disabled youth, but only until they are 22. Massey is most disappointed by the lack of resources to facilitate smooth transitions from high school to post-graduation life for disabled adult children.
It's like falling off a cliff, because where the kids are used to having something to do every day, they don't have anything to do. He wants to do more than sit home and play video games. He wants to be out in the community and helping.
For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Emma Deal.
When we come back, we'll have your national and local sports.
Rockbridge Report's own Paulie Noskova will show you what's special about the trekking llamas at the Applewood Inn.
And after the show, reporter Anna Aiken sits down with City Manager Noah Simon.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time. Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Enroll, we say. We want you to be okay. Enroll, we say. Take care of people for goodness sake. There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
It's playoff season across the board. Give us the latest, Kieran.
Well, we got breaking news. There was a coup d'etat today on Watt Field as the Washington Lee Generals defeated the Monarchs from Methodist University 3-0. This was the first round of the NCAA tournament. The Generals earned a berth into the national tournament last weekend when they were crowned ODAC champions. The Generals defeated rival Randolph College 5-2 in the ODAC final. This is the 4th ODAC title in program history and the first that the Generals have won since 2000. W&L's football team was also crowned champion of the ODAC over the weekend. The Generals, who are ranked 17th in the nation, maintained their undefeated record by routing Catholic 52-33. The Generals are now 9-0 heading into the weekend. They'll travel to Shenandoah on Saturday to play their last game of the regular season. As football season approaches its end, the college wrestling season has just begun. At VMI, the freshman class had a strong showing in last weekend's Hokie Open, hosted at Virginia Tech. Freshman wrestler Neil Richard placed second overall in the 157-pound weight class, while freshman Stephen Smith placed third in the 149-pound class. College basketball season is also kicked off over the weekend, with the Southern Virginia men's team marking its season debut with an exhibition game at Weber State University. The Knights dropped an 83-57 decision to the hosting Wildcats. The SVU women's basketball season will have its season opener this Saturday when the team travels to Averett. In high school sports news, football playoff season is upon us, finally. The Perry McClure Fighting Blues will travel to Hurley on Saturday for the first round of the VHSL Group 1A West Regional Football Tournament. The Blues are seeded 11th in the 16-team West Region bracket, and Hurley is ranked 6th. Over at Rockbridge County High School, the football team will not progress into the postseason. The RCHS Wildcats dropped a 42-7 decision against William Byrd last Friday at home, which marked the end of the regular season play. Back to you, Reed.
Thanks a lot, Kieran. My fingers are crossed for the football team this weekend. With at least 14 bed and breakfasts in the area, it takes something truly unique to stand out in this crowded market. Applewood Inn owners Linda and Chris Best like to take their guests out on llama treks during their stay.
Linda and Chris Best used to walk their 2 llamas down the streets of Massachusetts. Now, almost 20 years later, their 7 furry friends provide a unique activity for guests staying at their bed and breakfast.
A llama trek is a hike, hour to 2 hours, across hill and dale leading a llama. And it's an experience to learn what llamas are like and to be up close and personal with an animal that's twice as big as you are.
Best describes the llamas as cat-like in nature, and they have their own unique personalities and roles within the group, which becomes apparent when they line up for supper. The top llama always eats first.
Llamas are prey animals. So from their point of view, anything and everything is a dinner invitation where they're on the platter. So thanks but no thanks, I'm out of here. That's a summation of what their personalities are like.
Best said that although llamas will spit on people if especially provoked, they are not aggressive.
Their personalities vis-a-vis them and us is more well, you keep your hands to yourself, and we go for a trek, and I get out to the great salad bar out there, and I'll enjoy myself.
Linda and Chris had been innkeepers in Massachusetts when Linda read about someone offering llama treks in Vermont, and the rest was history.
We'd been looking at property in Virginia, and that's when we moved here.
The bed and breakfast is about 6 miles south of Lexington. It's an eco-friendly, passive solar home designed by local architect Lee Merrill. This is Stryker, and I'm Paulina Niscova for the Rockbridge Report.
And that is it for this week's Rockbridge Report. Stay tuned to watch our reporter Anna Akins talk with City Manager Noah Simon.
And be sure to check out all our content on our website, rockbridgereport.washingtonandlee.net. Thanks for watching and have a great night.